Nicola Sturgeon's dream of taking an independent Scotland into the European Union could get messy according to one expert, who highlighted entry into the bloc comes with complications. The Scottish First Minister has overseen a growth in support for secession as 20 polls in a row have put a yes vote ahead. Nicola Sturgeon and the SNP are still trying to gain the powers to call a second vote on independence, currently a power reserved for Westminster. Debate is rife in Scotland over issues such as the economy, but the country's entry into the EU is also a subject filled with uncertainties. Many EU figures have offered encouragement, with former European Council President Donald Tusk saying last year that Brussels was enthusiastic about the prospect of Scotland joining. But Brussels may also make steep demands. An expert on Scotland-Europe relations, Kirsty Hughes, warned in an article last year that the process of joining could get messy. Dr. Hughes is the director and founder of the Scottish Centre on European Relations, and she used French President Emmanuel Macron's veto on Albania and North Macedonia joining the bloc as an example of how entry into the EU may not be plain sailing. She said, although the EU accession process is clear in theory, things tend to shake out differently in practice. Every candidate is different and, as France has recently shown by blocking the accession of Albania and North Macedonia, politics can intrude and things can get messy. Dr. Hughes offered the analysis in an article for Politico. She also raised concerns over what would happen to Scotland in the transition period between leaving the UK and applying for EU membership. This could be even more complicated if the UK has diverged significantly from EU rules post-Brexit by the time independence is secured. Dr. Hughes added, might Scotland effectively stay part of the future UK-EU trade deal, if there is one? Otherwise, Scotland could face trade barriers going up in all directions on its first day of independence, the opposite of a supportive European welcome. In a March 2020 report, Dr. Hughes also noted the EU would hold all of the cards in negotiations with Scotland. She said, accession talks are a process where the EU holds all the cards and is scrutinizing each candidate, in great detail, as to whether it comes up to the mark or not. It is not a moment or process to ask for several or major exceptions or opt-outs, though there may be some specific issues where some transition or exception will be considered. But, she added that if Scotland has not diverged too much from EU rules, it could expect an accession process that might, at the fastest, take 4 to 5 years.